This video that we're talking about today is one of the reasons whereby women do not want to leave a toxic relationship. It's not because they can't, but they're afraid of what's going to happen to them. So this woman, she has making a video on her page saying that she wants to divorce her husband or she's in a divorce process, that she's going to be a single mom later and people should help her what to do and all of that. Like she's just posting videos about her life and she's like, oh, she has a very supportive husband and is a good person as well, even with the whole divorce thing and all of that. The next thing we are hearing now is she's dead. The man unalived her, then unalived himself. Let me post the video that she made, the last video she made on her page.
So, about to be a newly single mom, and I am in the middle of a divorce. My husband is being incredible though, like really and truly, like we're working together, everything's great, we're splitting everything down the middle, like, you know, everything is good. It is a very civil divorce with our daughter in mind, and I really appreciate that. However, you know, I'm gonna be on my own, single income right now, and he will be helping with her, he will be supporting her, you know, so essentially, like, I'm really thankful for that, and that I will not have to worry so much about supporting her. However, I will be on a very limited income, with buying a new house and, you know, paying a mortgage and all that stuff. So I've never done this before. I've never been on my own before. So if you have any tips, saving money, making money, anything like that, like, I would really appreciate it. Like, you know, coffee at home, you know, I take caffeine pills, I do my own hair, nails, everything. Like, I do all that. So yeah, if you just have any tips, like, I would really appreciate it, because, like, I'm a little scared right now.
These men do not want us. At the same time, they don't want to let us go. Some of them that don't have the mind to honor life, they manipulate you and beg you that you should please stay and they're going to change. So you change, they'll beg you, you believe that they're really going to change. They're not going to change. The ones that cannot honor life, or some of them will make sure that nobody have you. They'll either destroy you physically. We've seen some women that come to share their story whereby the men or their ex-husband or their husband would actually pour acid on their body, try to, beat them in a way that they are not physically attractive anymore. They'd rather do that so that nobody's going to have you. They say that if I cannot have you, then nobody can have you. Anyways, I have your reaction on this news. Let me go ahead and roll these videos for you all to watch, and I'll share my thoughts at the end of the video.
I feel like I just had an out-of-body experience. This really sweet lady pops up on my For You page because she's about to be a newly single mom. She's going through a divorce and she's asking for, like, tips on how to handle that. And she's talking about how her soon-to-be ex-husband is being amazing during the entire process and he's being supportive. I go to the comment section to leave a comment of support because I've been there. And all the comments are saying RIP to her. Barely 2 weeks after she posted that video, just recently on the 28th of December, her soon-to-be ex-husband killed her. And this is what we mean when we say, like, you can't tell the good ones from the bad ones. I'm sure there seems to be, from what she said, nothing in that relationship leading up to that point that would have made her think that this was going to happen to her, that made her suspicious, that he was going to turn dangerous. In fact, she was talking about how well he was taking the entire scenario, just for 2 weeks later for him to turn around and do that to her. Like, you truly never know a person, and this is why women feel like we have to be on guard with many men. Anyway, rest in peace to Jennifer Sheffield. That was just gut-wrenching, honestly.
On Saturday, December the 28th, 2024, the bodies of 30-year-old Jennifer Sheffield and her husband, 40-year-old Brandon Sheffield, were found inside of a home in Brandon, Mississippi. Authorities are saying that this was a murder unaliving. They say that Brandon took the life of Jennifer before taking his own.
So I just saw this video on here about this content creator, Jennifer Sheffield, who was married to Brandon Sheffield. And her post, her last video was talking about how they decided to divorce. Everything was amicable. They were splitting everything down the middle, and everything was going okay as far as it can for a divorce. And she was talking about how appreciative she was of it. And then December 30th, December 28th or December 30th, yeah, her parents went to do a welfare check on them and noticed some obvious signs of foul play. So they called the cops. Cops came out and they discovered a tragedy where both of them were unalived. And apparently the husband unalived her, then unalived himself. And it's so sad because I went and I looked at her page and was scrolling through her videos, and a couple months prior to this, she started talking about how she can really feel God like really starting to talk to her, and she was opening up her studies to him and everything. She was also studying for her MCAT because she wanted to be a physician. And my heart breaks for her because she really thought everything was okay, that everything was going to be fine. She was going to be a single mom, but the husband or ex-husband was offering to be supportive, even outside of, you know, them being divorced. But it's just a really sad situation because anytime something like this happens, it's sad. But she seemed like she was such a sweet soul. People were commenting on her videos talking about how she was a wonderful person and her personality was top notch and she's missed and all that. But it just goes to show you really don't know anybody. You don't know them as well as you think you do. And it's tremendously sad. And I'm really just sending out my condolences to the Sheffield family. And friends and everybody that is struggling with this loss.
So I want to talk a little bit more about Jennifer Sheffield. I made a video not too long ago. It's about a woman who recently made a video here that coincidentally popped up on my FYP, and that's how I found out about her case. She made a video and she was like, hey, like, this is who I am. I'm separated. I'm going through a divorce. My husband is being amazing. He's being very supportive. I need tips. On like how to save and like how I can get money, because she didn't really have the finances to take care of their child. And she was like, he's going to be taking like mainly all the financial responsibility for her. And all that. She was super excited. She had her like eyelashes done and it looked like it had like pink or something in it. It was very pretty. But before she ended her video, she's like, please give me like advice. Like, I'm so scared. And then that was the end of the video. And then the family members and the people are like, I don't see this happening. I don't understand how this happened. But he had an obsession with, he had a huge obsession. There was no signs that something like this happened, or you ignore the signs that were right in front of your face because you didn't want to believe that he would be capable of doing something like this to her.
We like to make things look pretty on this app. We know looks are deceiving, especially pretty looks. Aesthetic girly in a DIY couple video. Yes, they were going through a divorce, but she wanted to let everyone know that everything was great.
And I am in the middle of a divorce. My husband is being incredible though. Like, really and truly, like we're working together. Everything's great. We're splitting everything down the middle.
But then there's this. But then this. So I want to talk to men, and if you're not a man, stick around anyway so that you can tell a man. Check in on each other. Talk about your feelings. Tell someone when you're overwhelmed. Stop telling boys not to cry. Help each other.
Someone in the comment said that This is why you cannot actually know a person so well. You cannot say, oh, I've lived with this person for a long time. He's a good man, he's a good person. He can never do something like that. You never can tell what somebody can do at a certain situation. Or you cannot know a man so much that you can vouch for him and say, oh, my man can do any other thing, but he cannot unalive me. You don't know the kind of level of thinking he might be having at that point, or the kind of things he must have consumed, or the mindset he must have at that point, that he would do anything and there's nothing anybody can do about it. So this is just shows that no matter how much you feel like somebody is good to you, they might not tell you everything about them, or you might not see everything about them. There's one thing I know is that you don't really know you don't really know people so much. You only know what they show you or what they tell you. You don't know what they are thinking in their mind. That's one thing that is so dangerous about we humans, because you don't know what the person is thinking about. The person might be showing you opposite of what they are thinking, and you might feel like you know the person, but you don't know the person. It's actually the opposite, right? So when it comes to you like saying, oh, I know that I have a good man, I know that I have a good man, you don't know what he can do, you don't know what he's capable of doing if he's in that position. I'm sure because she feels like, oh, there's nothing he can do. He's not against. It was not actually against the divorce. All of a sudden, just unalive her, just like that, right? It shows that he was never in support and he was not ready to let her go. He was not ready to let her go, but he was not showing it. She didn't come out to say, "Oh, you guys help me! Oh, my husband is looking like he's not in support." No, she didn't come out to say that. She was saying that he's supportive, she's okay, and people should just tell her how to live this her new life. She's trying to understand how she's going to start it. That she's going to be a single mom. Like, she didn't have a problem with the man, but he had a problem with her and he unalived her. Anyways, what is your take on this news? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, and check out my babies. And thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.